After 80, life feels more fragile and every single day becomes even more precious. But here's something many people don't realize. 99% of deaths at this age come from just 8 causes. That may sound frightening, but knowing the truth actually gives us power. When we understand the risks, we can take small, daily steps to protect ourselves and the people we love. With simple habits, we can reduce danger and add more healthy years. So today, let's gently walk through these 8 causes together, because awareness is the very first step to living longer, stronger, and more meaningful after 80. So, let's begin by looking at the very first cause, the one that affects more seniors than any other: heart disease. Heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death after 80, and it touches almost every family in some way. At this age, the heart has already worked for more than 8 decades, pumping blood non-stop day and night. It's no surprise that it becomes more vulnerable with time. But understanding what heart disease looks like, why it happens, and how we can protect ourselves gives us real hope for living longer and better. Let's begin with the symptoms. The tricky part is that heart problems don't always come with dramatic chest pain like in the movies. Sometimes the signs are softer and easier to ignore. You might notice shortness of breath when climbing a few stairs, sudden fatigue, or swelling in the feet and ankles. Some people experience dizziness, irregular heartbeat, or even a mild chest pressure that comes and goes. These may seem like ordinary parts of aging, but they are often early signals that the heart is struggling. Listening to the body and not brushing off these signs can make all the difference. Now let's talk about the causes. Decades of wear and tear, combined with lifestyle factors, play a huge role. High blood pressure that has gone uncontrolled for years slowly damages the arteries. High cholesterol can create blockages that narrow blood flow. Smoking, even long ago, leaves its scars. Diabetes adds another layer of risk by weakening blood vessels. And let's not forget family history. Genetics can raise the odds, even when someone tries to live a healthy life. By the time we reach 80, these risks often pile up, making the heart more fragile. So, how can we prevent heart disease, especially in the later years of life? Prevention doesn't mean perfection. It means small, consistent habits. Staying active is one of the best defenses. Even a daily 20-minute walk can strengthen the heart, improve circulation, and boost mood. Eating a balanced diet, rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean protein, helps control blood pressure and cholesterol. Limiting processed foods, excess salt, and sugar goes a long way. Regular checkups with a doctor are also key. Simple blood tests and blood pressure checks can catch issues before they become dangerous. And of course, staying away from smoking and managing stress both protect the heart. But what if someone already has heart disease? Does that mean life must be limited? Absolutely not. Many people in their 80s live meaningful, active lives even with heart conditions as long as they manage them well. The first step is following medical advice carefully. Taking prescribed medications on time, whether for blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood thinners, keeps the heart stable. Missing doses or skipping pills can undo months of progress, so consistency is vital. Lifestyle still matters even after diagnosis. Gentle activity, chosen with a doctor's guidance, keeps the heart strong without overstraining it. Breathing exercises, yoga, or light stretching can also help with circulation and relaxation. Diet remains just as important, with a focus on heart-friendly foods like leafy greens, nuts, fish, and beans. Equally important is emotional health. Living with a heart condition can bring fear and anxiety, but stress itself is harmful to the heart. Building a routine, staying socially connected, and practicing gratitude or meditation can bring calm. Laughter, time with family, and doing enjoyable activities add years of quality life, not just quantity. Finally, the mindset is everything. Heart disease is serious, but it is not the end of the story. With awareness, care, and daily habits, people over 80 can continue to walk, talk, laugh, and love. The heart may be older, but it is still capable of carrying joy and meaning. So remember, watch for the subtle symptoms, understand the causes, take preventive steps, and if you already live with heart disease, treat it as a condition to manage, not a sentence to fear. The heart has given you life for more than 80 years. Now it's time to give your heart the care and respect it deserves. If you find this information helpful, Please take a moment to like this video, share it with friends or family, and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy in the later years of life. Your support helps us reach more seniors who need this knowledge. Now let's move on to the second major cause, stroke. Cause 2. Stroke. Stroke is one of the most sudden and frightening health events that can happen in later life. Unlike some conditions that develop slowly, a stroke often strikes without warning. For older adults, it is the second leading cause of death, and it can also leave survivors with lasting challenges. But the more we understand about strokes, the symptoms, the causes, and how to prevent them, the more prepared we can be to face this risk with strength and hope. Let's start with the symptoms. Recognizing a stroke quickly can save a life. The warning signs are often remembered by the word fast: face, arms, speech, time. If one side of the face droops, if the person cannot raise both arms evenly, or if their speech sounds slurred or strange, it is time to act immediately. Call emergency services right away. Every minute counts because the longer the brain is without proper blood flow, the greater the damage. Other signs include sudden vision changes, dizziness, or a severe headache unlike any felt before. For older adults, even subtle symptoms should not be ignored. Now let's talk about what causes strokes. A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is interrupted. This can occur in two main ways. In an ischemic stroke, a clot blocks an artery and stops oxygen from reaching brain tissue. This is the most common type. In a hemorrhagic stroke, a weakened blood vessel bursts and causes bleeding in the brain. Both are dangerous, but they share many of the same risk factors. High blood pressure is the #1 cause. Over time, uncontrolled pressure weakens blood vessels and makes clots more likely. Other contributors include high cholesterol, diabetes, smoking, and a history of heart disease. Genetics can also play a role, meaning some people may be more vulnerable even if they live carefully. The good news is that prevention is powerful. Even in later years, healthy habits can reduce the risk of stroke. Regular blood pressure checks and medication management are essential. A heart-healthy diet, rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins, supports healthy arteries. Staying physically active with safe exercises, like walking or gentle stretching, improves circulation and balance. Avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol also protect the brain and blood vessels. Another important step is regular checkups with a doctor, who may recommend screenings for cholesterol, blood sugar, and heart rhythm problems such as atrial fibrillation. Detecting these issues early means better prevention. But what happens if someone has already experienced a stroke? Recovery is possible, and many older adults continue to live meaningful lives after one. The path forward depends on rehabilitation and ongoing care. Physical therapy can help regain strength and coordination. Speech therapy may restore communication skills if language was affected. Occupational therapy teaches ways to adapt daily activities for greater independence. Progress may feel slow, but small steps add up over time. Emotional health is just as important as physical recovery. A stroke can leave someone feeling frustrated, anxious, or depressed. Support from family, friends, and community groups makes a big difference. Staying socially connected prevents isolation, which can slow healing. Finding joy in hobbies, music, or gentle movement also nourishes the spirit. And for caregivers, patience and encouragement are powerful medicine. Medication often becomes part of daily life after a stroke. Blood thinners, blood pressure drugs, and cholesterol medications can prevent another event. Taking them as prescribed without skipping doses is critical. Doctors may also recommend lifestyle adjustments such as maintaining a healthy weight and managing diabetes carefully. Most importantly, a stroke does not have to mean the end of independence or happiness. With early recognition, timely treatment, and ongoing prevention, many seniors continue to enjoy years filled with family, friendships, and purpose. The key is awareness. Know the signs, act fast, and take steps each day to care for the body and the mind. So remember, stroke is serious, but knowledge gives us power. By staying alert, preventing risk factors, and embracing recovery with determination, older adults can continue to live with dignity, strength, and meaning, even after facing one of life's toughest challenges. Cause 3. Chronic lung diseases. Chronic lung diseases are among the most common and challenging health issues in later life. After decades of breathing, the lungs naturally lose some of their strength. For many older adults, conditions such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, known as COPD, asthma, or pulmonary fibrosis can limit daily activities and reduce overall quality of life. But even though these illnesses are serious, knowledge and good habits can help seniors breathe easier and live more comfortably. Let's begin with the symptoms. Chronic lung problems don't always appear suddenly. They often develop slowly over years. The most common sign is shortness of breath, especially during simple tasks like walking across a room, climbing a few stairs, or even talking for long periods. A chronic cough that does not go away, wheezing, chest tightness, or frequent respiratory infections are also signals that something may be wrong. Fatigue and difficulty sleeping can follow, since low oxygen makes the body work harder just to function. Many older adults assume these symptoms are just part of aging, but they often point to lung disease that needs attention. What causes these conditions? The main reason is long-term damage to the lungs. Cigarette smoking is the leading cause of COPD, even for those who quit many years ago. Exposure to secondhand smoke, air pollution, or workplace dust and chemicals can also injure lung tissue. Asthma may start earlier in life but often worsens with age. Chronic infections, weak immune systems, and genetic factors also contribute. For older adults, the lungs have simply had more time to collect damage, and once tissue is scarred, it does not heal completely. Prevention is always better than treatment, and there are many steps seniors can take to protect their lungs. First and most important, avoid smoking or exposure to smoke. Quitting at any age improves lung health, even in the later years. Staying physically active helps strengthen breathing muscles and improves oxygen flow. Gentle activities such as walking, stretching, or yoga can make a big difference. A healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains supports the immune system and helps the body fight inflammation. Vaccinations like the flu shot and pneumonia vaccine are also essential, since infections can quickly become dangerous for those with fragile lungs. Regular doctor visits, including lung function tests, can catch problems before they get worse. But what if someone already has chronic lung disease? Life can still be full and meaningful with the right care. Following a treatment plan is crucial. Doctors may prescribe inhalers, oxygen therapy, or medications to reduce inflammation and open airways. Taking these consistently, exactly as directed, can ease symptoms and prevent flare-ups. Pulmonary rehabilitation programs offer guided exercise and education, helping people build stamina and learn how to manage breathing. Lifestyle choices matter too. Keeping the home environment clean, free from dust and smoke, reduces irritation. Practicing breathing exercises such as pursed lip breathing can calm shortness of breath during daily tasks. Planning activities with rest breaks helps conserve energy. For some, using a humidifier can make breathing easier, especially in dry climates. Staying connected socially is just as important. Loneliness and depression can make managing lung disease harder, while laughter, conversation, and companionship lift the spirit. Even after diagnosis, it is possible to live well. Many older adults continue to enjoy hobbies, travel, and time with family while managing their lung condition. The key is balance, knowing personal limits, following medical advice, and not ignoring warning signs when symptoms worsen. Having an emergency plan, such as when to call the doctor or go to the hospital, provides peace of mind. In the end, chronic lung disease is serious, but it does not have to steal joy or dignity. By recognizing the symptoms early, understanding the causes, and taking preventive steps, seniors can protect their breathing for years to come. And for those already living with the condition, thoughtful care and small daily habits can bring comfort, independence, and even happiness. The lungs may be weaker with age, but with awareness and commitment, life can still be full of fresh air and hope. Cause 4. Infections, especially pneumonia. Infections are a hidden threat in the later years of life, and pneumonia is among the most dangerous. For older adults, what might seem like a simple cold or flu can quickly turn into something life-threatening. Pneumonia in particular is sometimes called the old man's friend, because it so often takes lives silently in advanced age. But while the risk is real, awareness and good care can make a huge difference. Let's begin with the symptoms. Pneumonia does not always look the same in seniors as it does in younger people. Common signs include coughing, chest pain, fever, and difficulty breathing. But in older adults, symptoms may be more subtle. Instead of a high fever, there might only be a slight temperature rise. Instead of obvious chest pain, the person may simply feel unusually weak or confused. Some experience a sudden loss of appetite, low energy, or trouble staying awake. Because these symptoms can be mistaken for normal aging, pneumonia is often discovered later than it should be, making it even more dangerous. What causes these infections to be so severe in seniors? The first reason is that the immune system naturally weakens with age. The body is less able to fight off bacteria, viruses, and fungi that attack the lungs. Chronic illnesses such as diabetes, heart disease, or COPD add extra strain, making it harder to recover. Bed rest or limited mobility can also increase risk, because when a person spends much of the day lying down, fluids build up in the lungs, creating a place where infections grow. Exposure in hospitals or nursing homes adds another layer of danger, since germs spread more easily in shared environments. Prevention, however, is powerful. One of the best defenses is vaccination. The flu shot, the pneumonia vaccine, and the COVID-19 vaccine all reduce the risk of severe illness. Staying active helps keep the lungs clear, while regular handwashing limits exposure to harmful germs. Good oral hygiene is surprisingly important too, because bacteria from the mouth can travel to the lungs. Eating a balanced diet and drinking enough water support the immune system. Avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol also help protect lung function. And of course, regular doctor visits give seniors the chance to catch early signs of infection before they grow worse. But what if someone has already developed pneumonia or another infection? With the right treatment and lifestyle, recovery is possible. The first step is following medical advice closely. Doctors may prescribe antibiotics, antivirals, or antifungal medication depending on the cause. Taking every dose exactly as prescribed is critical, even if symptoms begin to fade. Rest is important, but gentle movement, like sitting up in bed, stretching, or short walks around the house, keeps the lungs working and prevents further decline. Breathing exercises can also help expand the lungs and clear mucus. At home, creating a healing environment makes recovery smoother. Staying warm, drinking plenty of fluids, and eating nourishing foods give the body strength to fight back. Friends and family can support by checking in often, reminding about medications, and encouraging positive spirits. Emotional support matters as much as physical care, because illness can bring fear and loneliness. For those who live with repeated infections or weakened lungs, long-term strategies are essential. Pulmonary rehabilitation programs, oxygen therapy, or special equipment may be recommended. Building a strong daily routine of movement, healthy eating, and good sleep can prevent flare-ups. And most importantly, seniors should not hesitate to seek medical help when new symptoms appear. Acting early often prevents small problems from turning into serious ones. In the end, infections like pneumonia remain a major cause of illness and death among older adults, but they are not unbeatable. With awareness of the symptoms and understanding of the causes and consistent prevention, the risks can be reduced. And for those who have already faced an infection, good care and steady habits allow for recovery and a return to meaningful living. So remember, infections are powerful, but knowledge is stronger. By taking vaccines, staying active, and caring for the body each day, seniors can protect their lungs and keep enjoying the simple, precious moments of life. Cause 5. Falls and accidents. Among older adults, falls are one of the most common and most dangerous threats. A simple slip in the bathroom or a stumble on the stairs can lead to broken bones, head injuries, or long hospital stays. Unlike younger people, recovery after a fall is often slower, and the impact goes beyond physical pain. Many seniors lose confidence, become afraid of moving, and limit their daily activities. But while falls are a leading cause of injury and even death in later years, they are not inevitable. With awareness and prevention, the risk can be greatly reduced. Let's start with the signs that someone may be at risk. Frequent dizziness, lightheadedness, or sudden weakness are red flags. Trouble with balance, shuffling when walking, or relying heavily on furniture for support are other warning signs. Some seniors report blurred vision, difficulty focusing, or sensitivity to light, which makes navigating the home harder. Even something as simple as needing to grab onto walls or avoiding certain rooms out of fear can signal a higher fall risk. The reasons behind falls are many. First, the natural changes in muscle strength, joint flexibility, and balance with age make movement less steady. Vision and hearing also decline, affecting depth perception and awareness of surroundings. Medications can play a big role too. Drugs that lower blood pressure, help with sleep, or manage anxiety sometimes cause dizziness or drowsiness. Chronic conditions like diabetes, Parkinson's disease, arthritis, or heart problems further increase vulnerability. And finally, the environment. Slippery floors, poor lighting, cluttered walkways, or rugs without grip can easily turn into hidden dangers. Prevention is both possible and powerful. Exercise is one of the best defenses. Gentle strength training, tai chi, or balance exercises keep muscles strong and reflexes sharp. Regular eye and ear checkups ensure that vision and hearing problems are corrected. Reviewing medications with a doctor helps reduce side effects that may cause unsteadiness. At home, simple changes make a big difference. Installing grab bars in the bathroom, removing loose rugs, adding bright lights in hallways, and keeping floors clear of clutter. Good footwear with non-slip soles provides stability, and keeping a cane or walker nearby offers extra support when needed. Nutrition also plays an important role. Adequate calcium and vitamin D strengthen bones, making them less likely to break in the event of a fall. Staying hydrated prevents dizziness from dehydration. Small lifestyle adjustments, like rising slowly from bed or a chair, help prevent sudden drops in blood pressure that can cause fainting. But what if a fall has already happened? The first step is medical care. Broken bones or head injuries need immediate attention. Even if the injury seems small, a doctor should always evaluate the situation, because complications may not appear right away. After treatment, physical therapy can rebuild strength, improve mobility, and restore confidence. Recovery is not just physical, it is emotional too. Many older adults feel embarrassed or afraid after a fall, leading them to move less, which weakens the body further. Encouragement and support from family and friends are crucial. Creating a safe routine, setting up reminders for medications, and celebrating small progress can help rebuild independence. In some cases, a medical alert system or wearable device that calls for help after a fall provides reassurance and safety. For those living with long-term effects, adapting the home environment is key. Simple tools like raised toilet seats, shower chairs, or stair railings can make daily life easier. Regular check-ins from loved ones or caregivers reduce isolation and ensure safety. Most importantly, maintaining a positive outlook helps. A fall may slow someone down, but it does not have to take away their sense of purpose or joy. In the bigger picture, falls and accidents are serious, but they are not an unavoidable part of aging. With strength training, home safety improvements, proper medical care, and emotional support, many can continue to live actively and independently. The key is not ignoring small signs but acting early. So, while falls may seem sudden, they are often preventable. By preparing the body, the home, and the mind, older adults can stand tall, move with confidence, and keep living life with dignity and courage. Cause 6. Diabetes complications. Diabetes is often called a silent condition, because its damage builds slowly over time. For many older adults, the disease itself is manageable, but the real danger comes from the complications it causes. These complications can affect the heart, the kidneys, the eyes, the nerves, and even the feet. When blood sugar remains too high for too long, it quietly harms blood vessels and organs. But with awareness, prevention, and careful care, the risks can be reduced, and life can still be full and meaningful. Let's begin with the symptoms. Complications from diabetes often appear in different ways. Some people experience numbness, tingling, or burning pain in their hands or feet, a condition called neuropathy. Others may notice blurred vision, dark spots, or difficulty reading, which signal diabetic eye disease. Frequent urination, swelling in the legs, or fatigue can point to kidney problems. Slow healing wounds, especially on the feet, are another red flag, since poor circulation makes it harder for the body to repair itself. Infections also become more common as high blood sugar weakens the immune system. Why do these complications happen? The main reason is consistently high blood sugar. Over time, excess sugar in the blood damages blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. This limits circulation and prevents organs from getting the oxygen and nutrients they need. High blood pressure and high cholesterol, which often occur alongside diabetes, add extra strain. Lifestyle factors, like poor diet, lack of exercise, smoking or stress, can accelerate the damage. Genetics also play a role, making some people more vulnerable than others. Prevention, however, is possible. The most powerful step is controlling blood sugar through regular monitoring, balanced meals, and consistent medication if prescribed. Eating foods rich in fiber, lean protein, and healthy fats helps keep glucose levels steady. Limiting sugary drinks, processed foods, and excessive carbohydrates reduces spikes. Physical activity, even gentle walking, improves circulation, lowers blood sugar, and strengthens the heart. Routine checkups with doctors, eye specialists, and foot care professionals catch early signs before they turn serious. And of course, not smoking and limiting alcohol protect the body from additional harm. But what if someone is already living with complications? The journey may be more challenging, but a healthy and fulfilling life is still possible. Neuropathy pain can be managed with medication, therapy, and protective footwear to avoid injuries. Eye disease can often be treated with laser therapy, injections, or surgery, depending on the stage. Kidney issues may require special diets, medications, or dialysis in severe cases, but early care can slow the progression. For wounds that do not heal, daily foot checks, proper cleaning, and medical attention prevent infections from spreading. Living well with diabetes complications also requires emotional resilience. Many older adults feel frustration or fear when their body does not respond the way it used to. Support from family, friends, or diabetes support groups makes a big difference. Sharing experiences and learning from others helps reduce the sense of isolation. Stress management, through relaxation, meditation, or simple hobbies, keeps blood sugar more stable too. Technology can be a great ally. Devices that monitor blood sugar continuously, medication reminders on smartphones, or telehealth visits with doctors all help seniors stay in control. Even small tools like comfortable shoes designed for diabetic feet or pill organizers provide daily safety. The key is to remember that diabetes does not define a person. Yes, it brings risks, but it also brings opportunities to build healthier habits and stronger routines. With consistent care, many people continue to travel, enjoy hobbies, spend time with family, and live joyfully well into later years. In the end, complications from diabetes are serious, but they do not have to steal quality of life. By paying attention to symptoms, understanding the causes, and following preventive steps, seniors can reduce risks. And for those already managing complications, the right treatment, lifestyle adjustments, and emotional support open the door to a long, meaningful life. So remember, diabetes may be a silent enemy, but with knowledge and care, it can be managed. Every choice, every meal, every walk, every checkup, is a step toward protecting health and preserving independence. 7. Cancer. Cancer is one of the most feared words in medicine, and for good reason. It is a leading cause of death among older adults, and it often brings both physical and emotional challenges. But while the risk of cancer grows with age, understanding the signs, the causes, and the steps we can take to prevent or manage it gives us a sense of control. Cancer is not always a sudden enemy, it often develops slowly, and that gives us a chance to act. Let's begin with the symptoms. Cancer looks different depending on where it grows, but there are common warning signs. Unexplained weight loss, constant fatigue, or night sweats should never be ignored. New or changing lumps in the body, changes in the skin, or unusual bleeding are also red flags. Persistent cough, difficulty swallowing, or long-lasting pain without a clear reason may point to deeper problems. For some people, digestive changes, like blood in the stool, ongoing stomach discomfort, or sudden appetite loss, are clues. The challenge is that many of these symptoms can be mistaken for normal aging, which makes early detection more difficult but also more important. Why does cancer happen? The main reason is that as we grow older, the cells in our bodies are more likely to make mistakes when they divide. These mistakes, or mutations, can cause cells to grow uncontrollably. Genetics play a role too. If a parent or sibling had certain types of cancer, the risk may be higher. Lifestyle is another key factor. Smoking, heavy alcohol use, poor diet, lack of physical activity, and long-term exposure to harmful chemicals all raise the chances of cancer. Even chronic inflammation, infections, or exposure to too much sun over a lifetime can increase risk. But prevention is powerful. Not every cancer can be avoided, but healthy habits make a huge difference. Eating a diet full of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins supports the body's defense systems. Avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol protect against lung, liver, and digestive cancers. Regular exercise strengthens the immune system and keeps weight under control, which lowers risk for many types. Sunscreen and protective clothing guard against skin cancer. Just as important are screenings. Mammograms, colonoscopies, prostate checks, and other tests can find cancers early, when they are most treatable. Vaccines, like the one for HPV or hepatitis B, can prevent cancers linked to infections. What if someone already has cancer? The first step is to remember that a diagnosis is not the end. It is the beginning of a new journey. Many cancers are treatable, and survival rates have improved greatly in recent years. Treatments may include surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, or targeted therapies. Following the medical plan, attending appointments, and staying in close communication with doctors are essential. At home, healthy living becomes even more important. Eating nourishing foods, staying active when possible, and getting enough rest help the body tolerate treatment. Managing stress through relaxation, meditation, or spending time with loved ones supports emotional well-being. Some people find strength in faith or community groups, while others lean on hobbies or quiet reflection. It's also vital to manage side effects. For example, mouth sores, nausea, or fatigue can often be eased with medication or diet changes. Open conversations with healthcare providers help find solutions before problems grow worse. For those living with advanced cancer, palliative care focuses on comfort, dignity, and quality of life rather than just fighting the disease. Family and friends play a huge role too. A strong support system helps patients stay hopeful and motivated. Simple acts, like preparing meals, driving to appointments, or just listening, make the journey less lonely. Technology can also help, from online support groups to telemedicine check-ins. Most importantly, cancer does not erase the possibility of joy. Many people with cancer continue to laugh, create memories, and live with purpose. Some even discover new passions or deeper connections with their loved ones. In the bigger picture, cancer is a serious and often frightening cause of death in later life, but it is not unbeatable. With prevention, early detection, and proper care, outcomes are improving every year. And for those who face cancer directly, strength, treatment, and love create a path to living as fully as possible. So remember, cancer is a challenge, but it is also a reminder of the value of each day. By taking steps to protect ourselves and supporting those who are diagnosed, we honor life itself, every precious moment of it. Cause 8. Kidney disease. Kidney disease is another silent danger for many older adults. The kidneys act as filters, removing waste and extra fluid from the blood. When they stop working well, harmful substances build up in the body. This condition is often called chronic kidney disease or CKD. It can develop slowly, sometimes without clear symptoms, until the damage is advanced. But with awareness and careful care, it is possible to protect kidney health and live well even after diagnosis. Let's begin with the symptoms. In the early stages, kidney disease may cause almost no signs at all. That is why many people do not realize they have it. As it progresses, symptoms may include swelling in the ankles, feet, or hands, caused by fluid retention. Fatigue, weakness, or difficulty concentrating are also common. Some people notice foamy urine, changes in frequency of urination, or blood in the urine. Nausea, loss of appetite, or itchy skin may appear when the kidneys can no longer filter waste properly. Shortness of breath and high blood pressure are other warning signs. What are the causes? The two leading reasons are diabetes and high blood pressure. High blood sugar damages the delicate filters inside the kidneys. High blood pressure places strain on the blood vessels, making them weaker over time. Heart disease, obesity, and smoking add to the risk. Genetics play a role too, especially if kidney problems run in the family. Certain medications, such as long-term use of pain relievers, can harm the kidneys. Infections, autoimmune diseases, and repeated kidney stones may also lead to chronic kidney disease. Prevention is possible. The best protection is managing blood sugar and blood pressure. Regular checkups with simple blood and urine tests catch early signs before damage becomes severe. Drinking enough water each day helps the kidneys flush out waste. A balanced diet with less salt, sugar, and processed food supports kidney function. Eating more fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins gives the body what it needs without overworking the kidneys. Avoiding smoking, limiting alcohol, and maintaining a healthy weight reduce stress on the kidneys. But what if someone is already living with kidney disease? The first step is to follow medical advice carefully. Doctors may recommend specific diets, medications to control blood pressure, or treatments to manage symptoms. A kidney-friendly diet usually means limiting salt, potassium, and phosphorus, while making sure to get enough protein. Monitoring fluid intake is also important. For many people, dialysis becomes necessary when the kidneys can no longer clean the blood on their own. Dialysis is a life-sustaining treatment, but with good support, many patients continue to live actively. Lifestyle adjustments make a big difference. Gentle exercise keeps the heart and body strong. Good sleep restores energy and supports overall health. Stress management, through meditation, breathing exercises, or simple hobbies, helps maintain balance. Taking medications exactly as prescribed prevents further damage. Checking blood pressure and blood sugar at home helps keep them under control. Emotional support is just as vital. Living with kidney disease can feel overwhelming, especially when treatments like dialysis are involved. Family, friends, and support groups provide comfort and encouragement. Talking openly about fears and challenges reduces stress and strengthens relationships. Many older adults find strength in faith, community, or personal routines that give them peace. Technology is also an ally. Home blood pressure monitors, medication reminders, and telehealth visits make management easier. Some patients qualify for kidney transplants, which offer new hope and freedom from dialysis. Medical advances continue to improve quality of life for those with kidney disease. Most importantly, kidney disease does not have to take away joy or independence. With careful care, many seniors continue to travel, enjoy family gatherings, and do the things they love. The key is awareness, early detection, and steady commitment to healthy habits. In the bigger picture, kidney disease is a serious cause of illness and death in later life, but it does not have to define someone's journey. Each choice, healthy food, regular movement, medical follow-up, gives the kidneys strength and extends life. So remember, the kidneys are small organs with a big job. By protecting them with love and care, we protect our health, our independence, and our future. We have walked through 8 of the most common causes of death in later years. Each one carries its own challenges, yet also its own lessons. Together they paint a picture of how fragile life can become, but also how powerful awareness and action truly are. We started with heart disease, the #1 threat. The heart, our most faithful engine, needs daily care through healthy food, exercise, and regular checkups. We then moved to stroke, a sudden and frightening event, but one that can often be prevented by controlling blood pressure and staying active. We looked at chronic lung disease, which slowly steals breath but can be managed with clean air, medication, and staying away from smoking. Then came infections, especially pneumonia, a silent enemy that grows stronger with age, but one we can fight with vaccines, hygiene, and early medical attention. Next, we faced falls and accidents, which may seem small but often change lives forever. Strong muscles, a safe home, and supportive routines can keep us steady. After that, we explored diabetes complications, a hidden chain reaction that harms nerves, eyes, kidneys, and more, but one that can be managed with steady habits and medical care. We then turned to cancer, a word that brings fear but also hope. With screenings, healthy choices, and modern treatments, many people survive and continue to live meaningfully. Finally, we spoke about kidney disease, a condition that quietly builds but can be slowed or managed with careful diets, treatments, and emotional support. 8 causes. 8 reminders that our bodies are precious, and that each choice matters. These conditions may account for most deaths after the later decades of life, but they do not have to decide our fate. Awareness gives us power. Prevention gives us control. And love for ourselves and for those around us, gives us the reason to keep moving forward. So what can we take from all of this? That age may bring challenges, but it also brings wisdom. That health is not just about living longer but living better. That even small steps, a daily walk, a balanced meal, a regular checkup, can add up to years of stronger, happier living. And let us not forget the emotional side of health. A strong spirit often carries the body through storms. Staying connected, laughing with loved ones, sharing stories, and finding joy in simple things are as important as medicine. Life is not only about avoiding death, it is about filling our days with meaning. As we close this journey through the 8 causes of death after 80, I want to leave you with a gentle reminder. You are not powerless. You have choices, you have hope, and you have the ability to make today healthier than yesterday. And now I have a small favor to ask. If you found this message helpful, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you not only support this work, but also help spread knowledge that may save lives. Together, we can build a community of awareness, encouragement, and hope. Remember, health is not just about years added to life, but life added to years. May you walk forward with courage, care, and gratitude for every breath, every heartbeat, and every precious moment still ahead.